Yo, it's Donna A, the queen of the scene, running the fam like a mafia queen. Got my kids in line, hubby's under my spell. This godmother story I'm gonna tell. I'm Donna Adelson, the boss of the pack. Got my kids moving forward, ain't no looking back. Charlie, Wendi, my puppets on strings. I say jump, they ask, how high is the thing? Hubby Harvey's chillin', he's my right-hand man. Nods to my orders like, yes, dear, I can. From Boca to Cali, ruling this fam like it's Goodfellas night. Donna's the Dawn, you'll call me the chief. Controlling the crew, no room for no grief. Kids and my man, they all do my will. Mess with my fam, ha, you'll catch a chill. Son-in-law Dan, oh, he crossed the line. Thought he could split us, yo, that ain't fine. I snapped my fingers, made a plan real quick. Like a mafia queen, I'm sharp like a brick. Charlie's my bank, Wendy's my brain. Harvey just shrugs, babe, you run this game. I'm sipping my coffee, scheming with flair. Running the show from my South Beach lair, up high in the air. Donna's the Dawn, yo, call me the chief. Controlling the crew, no room for no grief. Kids and my man, they all do my will. Mess with my fam, ha, you'll catch a chill. I'm planning and plotting, got that grandma vibe. But cross me, Dan, you won't leave alive. My kids say, Mama, don't cry, we said no doubt. Harvey's like, honey, what's this all about? I'm the godmother, yeah, with a wink and a grin. Running this circus, let the chaos begin. So submit to Donna, the queen of control. My plan is locked tight, that's how I roll. From the grandkids to Wendi, to the mafia crown. Donna Adelson's the baddest in that Miami town.
All right, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing very well. I am myself doing great. There were a few, I found today's testimony to be a little boring. I didn't get to watch the very end, so if something exciting happened toward the end, then, my apologies, because I was also trying to work. But I thought the cross-examination of Wendi was interesting in a couple of different ways. So I kind of wanted to play that. I do hope everybody is doing very, very well. Zelda, I hope you are on the mend, my friend. Boy, that has turned into a complete shit show. Too many negative testimonies against Donna and her daughter. I mean, it is not looking good for old Wendi the princess, right? It's bad. Hey, Fancy Nancy. Love the testimony by Charlie's old girlfriend. Right? I know. A lot boring when cell phone guy got up on the stand. I don't know that you would say that it was boring if you hadn't already been through all the trials, right? When you've been through all the trials, a lot of this stuff was just stuff that we have seen a number of times. I felt like there was some interesting new information from Wendi's testimony, the cross-examination, right? Hey, Nancy Drew, the gang's all here. And so I wanted to play that. I thought it was really interesting. And I also thought that it was really surprising that the talking heads didn't talk about it. I was a bit taken back by that. And I thought that was a little strange that they didn't, or maybe I'm just a weird person and it really wasn't anything at all. But I personally thought that it was. So let's watch. This is the cross examination. This is the defense questioning Wendi Adelson yesterday. And they also, Emmanuel Haro's mom and dad, or what they claim is the mom and dad, they have been now formally charged with murder. They have $1 million bond on each one of them. They would each need to get $100,000 to get out of jail. So not really likely. It's also interesting because there seems to be some confusion about whether baby Emmanuel is documented at all. They never took him to a doctor. They've not been able to identify a birth certificate for him. It's strange. It is almost like the case of the missing baby might be bigger. I mean, I don't know how you can get more horrendous than murdering a baby. It's evil at its core, but it's really it's a little scary that they can't find any proof of the little kid, right? To have children in the United States, there's a paper trail, either when you give birth, right? There is no kind of document to now, or at least till when I was watching around 1:00 this afternoon. There's no real paper trail for Emmanuel and no DNA evidence anywhere. So like if you have a baby in a hospital, they take a sample and the child is verified, right? It's a citizen, and they don't really have that. You think Katie will get a deal? She wants one, pussycat. And here's what I think is bad for Katie Magmanoa. She's just lied so many times. She's told so many lies. She's changed stories. I don't know how she could get anything. I think the only way at this point, that it would turn out at all possible for her to get any sort of a deal would be if she identifies Wendi. If she's sort of the smoking gun that she will say Wendi knew about this whole thing, and here's how I know. I think they would do something at that point. But Donna's going down. Donna's done. She's over. Wendi's the big fish. I'm telling you, Pussycat, in my opinion, for me, I think that photograph of Wendi and Katie Magmanoa and Katie's friend on the beach together, Charlie was not there that day. There's a story in that picture. There's a story. So, yeah, Donna is finished. And she knows she's finished. You can look at the look on her face. She knows she's done. She's done for. She can look at the jury and tell by their demeanor that it's gonna be just like with Charlie. They'll go back there, and within an hour they'll have the verdict form filling it out. So yeah, she's done. But I thought this was interesting where Wendi's concerned, and I think Wendi is a huge deal. And what I'm hoping for, fingers crossed, I'm really hoping that Charlie will come in and blow the whole thing just sky high. I'm hoping that he's pissed off and he's bitter and he feels manipulated by his mom and his sister. And I hope he goes into that courtroom and he spills the entire beans on Donna and Wendi. That's what I'm hoping. It probably won't happen, but wouldn't it be fun? So, but yeah, I thought this was an interesting. I thought this was an interesting exchange with Wendi, and so let's take a bit of a listen. And let me make sure that the sound is up on everything. Hold on. Yep. And I need to do my volume booster a little bit on this one. All right, here we go.
I'm going to start by asking you about this email dated July 3rd, 2014. What is this?
This is the, it looks like an electronic invitation for my dad's 70th birthday.
An
Oh,
email,
wow.
right?
Yes.
And who sent the invitation to you?
Right. Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's through the postmark.
I mean, who sent the party invitations out?
I don't remember if I helped with the Evite or if my mom did it. So I don't know if I sent it to myself or if it's from my mom.
Would you have sent it to yourself?
I'm a little better with tech stuff than my parents, so I might have helped them put together an Evite.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Who does it say?
Oh,
is
don't be
the
so
host?
ridiculous.
Oh, my mom's the host. You asked who sent the email, and I didn't remember. But my mom is the host of the party for my
Okay.
dad.
And to whom is the party?
And let me say this. I was very sad for Rob. What did you guys think about Rob? What was your internal reaction to seeing him? I felt really, really sad for him. Yeah, you've got that right, Nancy. He actually did, in fact, marry the Jewish woman. He literally married her. And then something happened and he came to his senses. I believe that the marriage was annulled. I hope I'm not remembering that incorrectly, but I think that the marriage was actually annulled. And then he went ahead and married his true love, which is another doctor of Indian descent. They were both together doing a internship in Dallas, and so they're married now. They're happy. They're doing great. So he came to his senses. He was heavily manipulated. He said that he became a doctor because his mother directed that. And she directed him to marry the Jewish girl. And thankfully, he realized this is not what I want. And I've got to live my own life. So he did the right thing for all involved. Even the Jewish girl, it was better for her to be with someone, that wanted to be with her, not somebody that was manipulated. So I do think that it shows a part of Donna. It's evidence of Donna really being cold. Who manipulates their own child to marry someone into a loveless marriage? Nobody wants that for their kids. Nobody. It's horrible that she's so focused on position and social standing that she would sacrifice her child, right? It's terrible. So, but he did what he needed to do. He also said that I thought was really interesting. He said that he has not spoken to his mother since Dan was killed, right? When they arrested the two, Louis and Sigfredo, he knew the truth, and he just never spoke to her. He didn't need a big showdown. He didn't have to fight it out. He knew the truth. He knew what Charlie and his mom had done, or Wendi. And he knew them enough. He knew his mom enough. In some way, she did it, right? Not that she actually pulled the trigger, but she orchestrated it. But he did keep connection to his father. And I thought that was pretty interesting. But he also said that his dad was controlled, right? He said his dad just sort of went along with whatever he was told to do. So I thought Rob was the saddest man on the planet. I did. Watching him sit there before testimony started, you just wanted to hug him, right? You just wanted to hug him. It was terrible. Mothers, be kind to your children. Care about them. Please, because it has terrible effects when you don't show them support. So you got to do it. And loveless marriages they're soul crushing. That's what they are. All right, let me see if I got that far enough. I don't think
This reference to Lincoln.
I didn't
And
register them. I
assist with that. Your child.
I want to go to the cross-sections. I think this is the beginning. She's waiting for Fulford to get up there. Boy, she doesn't look good, does she? I think she looked hungover.
When was the last time you spoke to your mother, Donna Adelson, as we sit here today?
That phone call probably.
November of 2023.
Okay. And so she hasn't given you any
Oh,
when you did.
It was
You will need to your hit
that might be
fire
man, I thought I was
was
close.
part of the plot to kill your.
I'll search my car. I was trying to be helpful. Call I had with my mom. I've never listened to it.
Well, from the interview room, you've never listened to your interview?
Concerned about her age and if she were standing that she could, hurt herself if she fell down.
Okay. And do you recall that she at that point asked if she could put you on? What was
Guessing. I don't remember if my
your knowledge? And your mom
I think she,
say that pretty well.
Donna Adelson doesn't have it.
I may have said that. I can
Bone in
check
her
it.
body.
Can you?
Grade sheet ball. That
And then
hogwash.
so say,
Wendy.
well, my parents sounded really surprised.
There we go. That's the beginning. This was so interesting to me. She was really scared of Fulford. Look how nervous she is. So interesting. You weren't scared of Dan Rashbaum, though, were you? Donna, you done a bad thing, girl. Woo, you did a bad thing. Manipulating your family. Look at the hate on
afternoon,
Wendy's
ma'am.
face.
Good afternoon.
I represent your mother in this case. You've never spoken to me about this case, correct?
I have not.
Why are you
I
scared,
guess the
Wendy?
best place to start is where you left off with respect to the comments that you made regarding your mother taking it well. When's the last time you listened to that call?
I haven't listened to it. You listened to the call I had with my mom. I've never listened to it.
Well, from the interview room, you've never listened to your interview?
I have read the transcript of my interview, but I never listened to my interview.
You don't recall the shock in your mother's voice when you told her what had happened?
I do think she was shocked.
You could hear that over the phone, correct?
Yes.
So many topics were covered. I'm going to have to kind of skip around, okay? Katie Magbanawa, Catherine Magbanawa, I guess people call her Katie. There was a picture of you with her at the beach, and there was another young lady there. You recall that?
Yes.
I recall the picture. Yes.
And that was Father's Day weekend, I guess, of 2014.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think your testimony was that really you only knew her with Charlie. Is that right?
That's right.
Was Charlie at the beach?
No,
Oh, so you lied.
Your mother
Wendy.
wasn't there either, was she?
no.
You lied, Wendy.
And then I think you mentioned that you had had a dinner with Katie.
And my brother.
Okay. Was that before you went to the beach?
It was a different time.
Do you recall if it was before then?
It was before,
Okay.
but several months before.
Several months before.
Mhm.
So you made friends with
So
Katie.
if this was Father's Day,
I
when do you
told
think you
y'all.
actually met her for the first time?
I think I met her when I was doing the alternative spring break. So that's usually March or April.
Same year?
Same year.
Girlfriend. What the
And
hell?
The dinner that was
Wendy?
mentioned.
What the hell, sister? You meet Katie Magbanoa, you said for a few minutes, and then she had to leave. And then you go months later and hang out at the damn beach with a girl. You're leaning up all on Katie Magbanoa like you guys have been besties for 6 months, drinking it up. How you end up on that beach with that girl? Tell the real story, Wendy. Damn. There's a story we don't know, y'all. Let's hope Charlie spills the beans.
Is that the first place you ever met her?
That's the first place I remember meeting her.
And who all was there?
It was my brother and Katie and Jeff and I. Jeff
Mr.
Lacasse.
I'm sorry, how you pronounce it?
Lacasse.
Lacasse. Okay, so the four of you were there. Your
Dr.
mother was not
Lacasse.
there.
No.
Such a crazy story. Why
I met you
is this
too.
kid hanging
It's been
out?
11 years. So a lot, I'm sure, has happened to you in the past 11 years. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And your memory may not be as good as it was of things that happened back then, now that 11 years has passed. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. As best you can, I want you to take yourself out of the year 2025 and go back to the years somewhere like 2010 through 2014 when Mr. Markell was murdered, okay?
Okay.
In that time frame are going to be most of the questions that I ask you.
Okay.
I think you testified you had a brother, Charlie,
Yes.
and you have a brother, Rob.
Yes.
So that was a 5-member family.
Yes.
Okay. And Rob's the oldest,
Yes.
Charlie's the middle,
Yes.
and you're the baby.
Yes.
And you grew up in a household where, was your mother working when you were younger?
No.
Okay. She stayed home with the kids.
Domestic
She did.
engineer.
And at some point she went back into teaching, which is what she had done before she had her first child, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And she did that after you were in school. Is that right?
Yes.
And then you all went to school, grade school, high school, you grew up, right?
Yes.
Each one of you went off to college.
Yes.
Each one of you got a postgraduate degree.
Yes.
So you're an attorney.
Yes.
Charlie became a periodontist,
Yes.
which is someone who does surgery related to dentistry, correct?
Yes.
And then Rob's a doctor as well.
Yes.
And throughout the time that you all were going to college, your parents helped support you,
Yes.
every one of you.
Yes.
And you had a good childhood.
I did.
And your mom took good care of you all.
Yes.
She treated you well,
Yes.
very kind,
Yes.
very loving,
Yes.
very caring towards her family and others.
Yes.
Yeah, she killed her husband for her.
I think you once described her as being kind, empathetic, and very loving and sensitive person. You recall that?
I don't recall that, but that sounds right.
That she radiates positivity.
Radiates
Yes.
positivity.
She has a very loving and respectful and fun relationship with my dad. They are very much in love. Now it's been 54 years.
It has.
You said your mom was completely selfless.
Yes.
That's the opposite of selfish.
It is.
Means she's caring more about others than she does about herself.
Yes, ma'am.
And what she
Wendy's
did was for
topic
others.
selfish.
Yes.
Never doing anything for herself.
Correct.
She was invested in your lives.
Yes.
You, and both of your brothers.
Yes.
You were a close family.
Yes.
And would you say she was a good mother to you?
Yes. Very good mother.
And a very good grandmother as well.
Yes.
When you had your first child, and you needed someone to help out, your mother came
She did.
and she spent time there.
Yes.
And when the baby was crying in the middle of the night so that you could get some rest, she took care of the baby.
She did.
And she did that for both of your children.
Yes.
fair to say that your mom has always been there for you when you needed her,
Yes.
for little things and big things?
Yes.
Boy, Wendy's cold, isn't she? I
Now,
mean,
you
not a
said that
tear.
you testified that you left Danny in September of 2012. You recall that?
Yes.
From September of 2012 until March of 2013, your mother actually spent quite a bit of time helping you with the boys in Tallahassee, correct?
She did. Yes.
She would go home and take care of things there, but she would return.
Yes.
So a substantial amount of each month, she was there assisting you with the children.
Yes.
While you were at work, she may take them to school. Is that correct? Their daycare?
I don't remember that one, whether I dropped them at school or my mom did, but it's certainly possible that she took them to school.
She might have picked them up.
Yes.
She did some housework, cleaning up around the house.
Yes.
She bought groceries.
Yes.
She cooked.
Yes.
She cleaned.
Yes.
She was there for you because you had just left a marriage where you had a partner helping you, and now you were adjusting to being by yourself, correct?
Yes.
Now, at the time, this time period we're talking about, your mother lived in, where did you say, Coral Springs?
Coral Springs.
And where is that in relation to Miami?
It's Broward County, so it's the county north of Dade County, which is where Miami is.
And in Broward County, that's like where Fort Lauderdale is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And their dentist practice that they had that's been referred to, Adelson Institute,
Yes,
that was located in Broward County, correct?
it was. Yes.
Not far from where your parents lived.
Yes, in Tamarack, so close to Coral Springs.
And at some point, they got the place down in Miami, right?
Yes.
So what they were doing was they would work Monday through Thursday and stay at their home in Coral Springs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
they would go and spend the weekend at the place in Miami. Is that right?
I don't think every weekend, but some weekends.
Some of them. Okay.
Yeah.
And you visited there.
I did.
Boy, she's not so nervous.
Now, when your mother would come up to assist you or just to visit with you and the children and Danny, did she drive typically or fly?
I think sometimes drive, sometimes fly.
Okay. And that's
Most of the time drive, I think.
most of the time drive. And that's almost an 8-hour trip, correct?
It is, yes.
And at the time that this occurred, your mother would have been, when Danny was murdered, she would have been, let's see, 64-ish.
That sounds right.
She's 75 now. Is that yes?
Yes.
And sometimes she would rent cars, is that right?
Yes.
As opposed to driving her vehicle.
Yes.
Your father came sometimes as well to help out?
Yes.
I want to talk about Mr. Markell for a few minutes. I think you said you met online,
We did.
but you were attracted to him.
Yes.
He was a hand.
We did. Yes.
And there were times, I mean, we've heard about the divorce, but before the divorce, there were times where you had a happy marriage,
Yes.
children, parents. You would agree with me that Danny, I'm saying Danny because that's what people call him. I'm not trying to be disrespectful of him. He's
No, I called him Danny.
okay. You would agree that he was very intelligent.
Yes. Very.
He had 2 degrees from Harvard, correct?
Yes.
Undergraduate and law school.
Yes, ma'am.
He did a lot of writing.
Yes.
And at the time that he was murdered, he was a tenured professor at the College of Law here at FSU, correct?
Yes.
And becoming tenured is not like an automatic thing. You have to work towards that, right?
Yes.
Takes a lot of time,
It does.
a lot of effort.
She does
You
not
put in a lot
like
of work to gain that status.
hearing how
Yes.
great Danny
And
was.
he traveled to go and speak at different places, right?
Yes.
And he was well respected by his colleagues.
Yes. Very.
And after he had children, those became the love of his life, didn't they?
Yes.
And even after you separated, I think you would agree with me that Danny made a great deal of effort to get as much time with his children as he could. Is that fair?
Yes. Absolutely.
Even when it was your time to have the children, he would go to their preschool and visit with them there.
Yes.
He wanted to talk to them on the phone when he didn't have them,
Yes.
and he wanted to Skype with them,
Yes.
correct? Okay. And that, I'm sorry, I'm old, but that involved like a computer where you can see each other while you're talking. Is that right?
I think now it's something you could do on the phone, but back then you needed a computer.
And you didn't necessarily keep the schedule that Danny wanted for Skyping, right?
I did try.
You tried,
Yes,
but that was one of the things you two bickered about.
it was.
Before you got married to him,
Yes,
while you were married to him,
yes,
while you were separated,
yes,
and after the divorce.
yes,
And there's been a lot of testimony and a lot of pictures put up, lots of things highlighted about the ugly things that your mother said about Danny during the course of the separation, the divorce, and the follow-up litigation, right?
yes,
And you shared, as you've testified, some of the pleadings that were filed in your case.
yes.
And some of the pleadings weren't very attractive towards you, were they?
No,
They described things that were derogatory toward you. Is that fair?
yes,
And the communications that you had with Danny during the separation leading up to the divorce and some thereafter were pretty critical of you, weren't they?
the communication on paper, which
Right.
was very different than the communication in person.
Right. But the paperwork was critical.
Yes,
And you
Paper's
shared
what
that with your
matters.
mother.
yes,
And some of the things that he said to you in writing, whether they were communications or in the pleadings, upset you.
yes,
Some of it was very upsetting to you.
yes,
And you shared it with your mother, and then she became upset.
yes,
And she said bad words.
yes,
She called him a lot of bad names.
yes,
She said ugly things about him.
Ruby.
yes,
But not one single time did she ever suggest in writing or to you personally that Danny deserved to be harmed, did she?
never,
Never said he needed to be killed.
never,
Never suggested any harm to him in any way.
never.
And those things that she said to you in the emails, the communications, I assume that you all thought were between yourselves, you never shared those with Danny, did you?
No,
And during the separation, well, during the time you're married, we've already established, but during the separation, if Danny needed help with the children, your mother assisted him, didn't she?
he had called her and asked for help at various times, and she did.
And after the divorce, the same thing, correct?
He would call and ask for help, and she would help.
That's crazy. That is so crazy. Look at the look on her face. That is so nuts. We have heard nonstop for 11 years this feud, right? This horrible boiling cauldron of hate between Danny and Donna, right? It's what we keep hearing. Now we're finding out Danny asked Donna for help after the divorce, and she did it. I was blown away when I heard that. And I thought, okay, this is a bit of a different picture than what we've been getting from Wendy's side. Certainly, there was a great deal of animosity between Wendi and Danny, and there are court documents that show that, right? Like it's in writing. And Danny was admonished by one of the judges to calm down about the motions, and she got in trouble for pretty much the same kind of nonsense. But I don't know, somehow when they said that Danny actually reached out to Donna for help with the kids and Donna did it, I was just like, okay, that goes, I can't picture that in my head, how you've got all of these crazy motions flying back and forth, attacking each other about money and all kinds of things. I mean, she stole a Holocaust diamond. To me, that's unforgivable. That's not something that you do because you're a little miffed about a divorce. To steal a Holocaust diamond, you're taking something that is irreplaceable. There's no financial number you can put on its value because it's so precious and symbolic for your family. Do you know what I mean? There's no to take something like that. You are just being psychopathically cold. You're being completely detached and unaware of or uncaring about how you're affecting other people. That Holocaust diamond was precious to the Adelson family. Or I'm sorry, to the Markel family. Precious in a way that you can't put monetary value on. So they could fight about their 100,000 or their 300,000 or houses or whatever they want to fight about. But you steal a Holocaust diamond? No one does that unless you're just a monster. You just don't have any level of empathy at all. It wasn't even something that would have carried a high value. It wasn't even like, oh, a diamond, it's going to be so valuable. No, because most of those diamonds, the Holocaust diamonds, most of them were like hand cut, right? They're heirloom. They're just heirlooms. They're not precious hope diamond, from Africa. So not being really, really high in monetary value, but being priceless in terms of the symbolic nature of the diamond for the Markel family. It was just crappy. Yes, pussycat. It was just to hurt him. Nothing else. He was being very pious when it comes to Greek Orthodox. I'm sorry, Jewish Orthodox. He was religion became very, very important to him. Would have been very, very important for one of his kids to have the diamond. It meant nothing to this chick. It meant nothing to her. She kept it for one reason, and that was to stick it to what I think was to stick it to the whole Markel family is what I think. But look at the look on her face right there. Look at the level of hate as she looks at Jackie Fulford, who is only repeating facts. That's all she's doing. She's just saying, is this true? And Donna's pissed. Wendy's pissed because that is outside of the narrative, right? It's outside of the narrative, which is to put all the blame on Donna and Charlie, but none on herself. She's just a victim. She 100% victim. She didn't know anything. Why? She didn't even want him to be hurt. She just didn't care at all. It was Donna, Charlie, right? Now, she's already broken her immunity deal, right? Are we in agreement of that? Hey, come in the chaos. Good to see you. It's been a long time. Hey, Kathy. Good to see you. She's already broken her immunity deal. Y'all realize that, right? The deal's off. And the reason the deal is off, she's lied about Katie Magdanoa. She lied. She said only met her one time. Now we know she has to admit to Jackie Fulford, no, she lied. She didn't meet her one time. She met her 3 times at a minimum. So what's the story with the beach picture? That's critical, right? So that's where we are right now. Now, Jackie Fulford has just gotten her to admit that that Dan asked Donna for help with the kids, and Donna helped with the kids. Look at her face. This one right here is your little monster. Donna may have done the dirty deed. I think clearly she was involved in the whole thing, but she may have done the dirty deed, or at least, suggested to Charlie that they do it. But this one right here, she stood back and let them, and has no kind of sense of love or responsibility or connection to her mom, who was really helping as much as she could with the kids, not just in Florida, but they were actually going up. She lived, at one part of the testimony, she ends up living in Tallahassee like 4 months just to keep the grandkids. And that was part of when Danny said, can you keep the kids? And Donna was like, of course. Yes, for sure. So this is crazy. And look at that face, man. Look at that face. Woo, Wendi. They are going to put you under the jailhouse, girl. Now, there's more coming. This isn't the part that I got so like my jaw hit the ground. It's about to happen.
Do you have States Exhibit 60 up there?
Uh-oh.
I don't see anything that says 60 on it.
Wendi, she needs an exhibit. Your words, I think.
I can't use this.
Yeah, take a drink, girl. Take a big, long, slow drink. Look at Mr. Markel. Mr. Markel's going, what the hell's wrong with her? Look at it. Look at him. He sees that she's scared. Look, watch him. Watch Dan's dad. He's looking at Wendi. He's like, what's wrong with her? Something's about to happen.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Look at him. He knows. Yes, he knows. You better take a deep breath,
I'm going to
Wendi.
show you what has been entered into evidence as States Exhibit 60, and I think they refer to it as JJ.
He says,
Okay.
oh, shit.
And
I know what it is.
This would be your, it's just going to fall if you don't hold that
Okay,
side. I'm
no
sorry.
problem.
I can't get this over for some reason.
I can try.
But this has been referred to as the pleadings that are within your dissolution file.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to leave that with you, okay?
Okay.
You're so helpful,
Look at that
Jackie.
document, the JJ, please.
Yes. You want me to just keep reading through it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I want you to familiarize yourself with it.
Yeah, just look through that, Wendi, just for a moment. Jackie's going to direct you to the pertinent parts. Oh, me too, Zelda. This is a witchy woman. I mean, she loves them, right?
I'm still reading through it. Should I continue to
I
read
just
to
want,
the?
you don't need to read every word. If you would just familiarize yourself so that you can recall the substance of that pleading.
Okay.
Okay. There's one little detail, Wendi, that may come back to bite you on your ass. And Mr. Markel knows her. Remember that. So when he sees her so nervous, he's watching her like,
Okay.
what is wrong with
Prior
her?
to you filing your petition for dissolution, do you want me to come and get that?
No, it's okay.
Prior to filing your petition for dissolution, what kind of experience did you have regarding divorce proceedings?
I'm trying to understand the question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
Whoa,
prior
what was-
to filing the dissolution of marriage,
Yes.
there weren't any divorce proceedings prior to filing.
What I guess what I'm saying is because you're an attorney, were you familiar with family law?
No,
Had you participated in any helping anybody with their dissolution of marriage?
I had not.
Completely unfamiliar with the process.
I was unfamiliar with the process.
And that pleading that's before you, are you back on the front page of that?
I can get back to the front page.
Thank you.
I'm on the front page.
Okay. And could you read for the jury what the title of that pleading is?
Yes, ma'am. Former husband's counter motion for enforcement of MSA on parenting issues and motion for contempt and sanctions.
Doesn't say grandmother motion, does it?
No.
And in fact, the overwhelming majority of that motion relates to Danny's complaints about you and parenting issues, correct?
It does, yes.
And in fact, what they call the grandmother part of that motion is really Danny complaining about you not meeting the requirements of the right of first refusal, correct?
That's correct.
Because his complaint is that if you gave him the right of first refusal, some of the times he could take it and the children would be with him instead of the grandmother.
Yes,
It wasn't actually suggesting that from this point forward, your mother could no longer have anything but supervised visitation, correct?
I didn't see it that way.
Okay. And in any event, your mother never saw that motion, did she?
No, she did not.
May I approach? I'm going to take the book. I don't know if I need to give it back to you or not. That way it's not going to fall on you.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, the state has referred to this bribe. You've heard him talk about that, correct?
I believe so.
Ooh, look at her.
They
She is about
suggested,
to
because
crawl out of her
I think there are
skin.
emails that discuss this about potentially offering Danny $1 million.
Yes.
And your understanding of what was trying to take place there, because you actually put that in writing, was it wasn't to take the children away from Danny, was it?
No.
It was in hopes that he would relocate to Miami as well, correct?
Yes.
And that although you would live separate lives, you could raise your children together, correct?
Yes.
Because there were more opportunities for him, Danny, to practice his Jewish faith in Miami than there is in Tallahassee, correct?
Correct.
They have kosher food in Miami,
Yes.
lots of it.
Yes.
They don't have that in Tallahassee.
No.
And the $1 million offer was not to bribe him in what sounds like an illegal sense. It was an incentive for him to relocate himself to Miami, correct?
Yes. That was my understanding. Yes.
You lived there with him before,
Yes.
and he liked living there.
Yes. He
In
liked
fact-
it very much.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, that's okay. I was just saying he liked it very much.
In fact, he tried to get a professorship at the University of Miami School of Law.
He did.
And if he had gotten that, the plan between you and he was to stay in Miami,
We
correct?
would have. Yes.
But he didn't get it. And so he had already been employed by FSU College of Law, right?
Yes.
And so you moved up here and finished law school, and you all remained in this area.
Yes.
So the $1 million would offset, as the state has mentioned, travel expenses if he moved there, correct?
Right.
He only taught 2 days a week, right?
Yes.
And so that would have given him the opportunity to live in
Wow.
Miami. But for the 2 days a week he needed to be in Tallahassee, he could take plane trips, right?
Yes.
And be here.
Yes.
And if you all had done that, he still could have enjoyed 50% parenting time with his children, right?
That would have been the same. Yes.
It wasn't to take him away from the kids.
No.
Interesting. That's interesting, isn't it? Ooh, look at that face. Wendi, girlfriend. What's the matter, girl?
We're going to talk about relocation more than once, but I just want to make sure I understand how that all came about. Okay. So it was, you left the marital home in August or September of 2012.
I think it was September.
Okay. So you separated officially in 2012.
Yes.
By the time he was murdered, almost 2 years had passed.
Yes.
Okay. Do I understand it correctly that somewhere around October or November of 2012 that you interviewed for a job at a law firm in Miami?
I did.
And that was the Grossman firm?
I think it's Grossman and Roth.
Okay. And somewhere around December of 2012, they made you an offer.
They did.
And I don't need to know numbers, but was it substantially more than you were making in Tallahassee?
It was, and it was just more secure.
More secure. Okay. Not more money?
No, it was more money, but it just, more than anything, it was secure money as opposed to grant money that could be taken away.
I think
Okay.
it
So
was
you
$1
were a
million.
professor also at the law school here in Tallahassee,
I was.
FSU.
Yes.
You were not tenured.
No, I was a clinical professor.
Okay. So being tenured means you have more stability in your job.
Yes, you have more
And
job
you were a
security.
grant
security,
employee.
okay. And so you got that offer in December, and sometime in January, you told Danny that you had a good job offer, correct?
Yes, I asked to meet with him and we went to get coffee and talk about it.
Okay. And in part of that discussion, you asked him if he would consider all of you, not together, but all of you
Yes.
relocating to Miami, correct?
I did.
And he was going to consider that,
He
correct?
said he was considering it. He wasn't opposed to it.
You thought it would be good for all of you, correct?
I thought it could be.
Including the boys.
Yes.
Interesting. So interesting.
He decided he didn't want to do it, right?
He changed his mind.
But you didn't change your mind, right?
No, I kept going with it.
So you filed a motion for temporary relocation, and you also amended your petition for dissolution to add relocation, correct?
I did.
At the time that you filed it, do you think you had a good shot at it?
I thought I had a shot. I didn't really know. It would depend on the judge.
Okay.
It's interesting, calming the chaos.
And we'll go back to it later, but I guess on June the 18th of 2013, which would be right before your divorce was finalized, right? You had a hearing on your motion for relocation,
Yes.
and the state has already.
This is the part to start paying attention. What you're about to hear is unbelievable in light of the way this whole story has been presented. All right. I don't think, I want to be real clear about this. I don't think it reflects at all on Donna and her innocence or guilt. Okay. I think it very much reflects on Wendi as manipulative, dishonest, conniving, and absolutely hands down across the board untrustworthy, a liar of epic proportions. Not just a liar in little small white lies, little day-to-day lies, or even the kind of lies that you tell in a divorce to try to get a little bit of the upper hand. It reflects a woman who is perfectly willing, who has the gall to bald-face lie on a level that completely changes a story's narrative, and to do it with her little look of innocence, cocking her head back and forth like a little puppy, trying to understand. Listen to this. I don't think it reflects on Donna. I think Donna's Donna. We know where she was. We know what happened. But this, oh, Wendi, they're going to put you under the jailhouse, sister. Listen to this craziness.
already presented in its exhibits a copy of the order, and relocation was denied, correct?
It was.
And after relocation was denied, you and Danny were able to work out some kind of temporary schedule for the summer.
We were.
Okay. And then you proceeded forward, and there's been discussion. There was a mediation that did not resolve your divorce, but within a few days thereafter, you did come to an agreement with Danny, correct?
We did.
You agreed to all of the issues in the dissolution of marriage, right?
Yes.
Including how you were going to share time with him.
Yes.
Was it ever your intention in the dissolution proceedings, from the time that you moved out of your marital home, that you would actually take the children's custody completely away from Danny so that he couldn't see them?
No,
Did you always want them to be a big part of his life?
of course.
He loved them and they loved him.
Yes.
Look at that. Oh, she's so scared. She knows what's coming. Why did you do it, Wendi? That's the question.
Yes. That's fine. The bailiff will take you all to the jury room.
Wait a minute.
We'll take you all.
Did I miss it? Maybe I cut it out. if you could see, you can see her heartbeat right here. Man, her heart is pounding so hard. You can see the skin jumping.
That's fine. The bailiff will take you all to the jury room.
I don't remember them making the jury leave.
They can come up here to use it.
So the jury
If your
leave.
client does need to use a bathroom break at this point, this would be the opportunity to do so. We'll be in, we'll take a 5-minute break. Hopefully the jurors will be ready at that point. Ms. Fulford, you may continue with your cross-examination.
Thank you. I have just a bunch of oddball questions at this point. You recall getting emails from your mother
Yes.
and your father,
Well, yes, from both,
and,
from the
and-
same email.
and I think you had a necklace at some point during that time period that said, never, never, never give up.
I did.
And your parents would sometimes put that in the emails back to you, correct?
Yes.
I need to know if you recall this. Your parents, you had mentioned when they went out of the country, used the WhatsApp to communicate with them because it was free of charge.
Yes.
And you could call them free of
Yeah.
charge,
Yes.
and you could message with them free of charge.
Both. Yes.
And when your parents would go out of town, do you recall that they had a routine where your mother would take her phone, but your father would not get the plan to travel with? Do you recall that?
That sounds right.
Okay. And wasn't that because if you called the Adelson Institute and you got the answering machine, it was an old-fashioned answering machine, right?
Yes.
And what it gave out if you reached the answering machine was your father's cell phone number.
Yes.
So he didn't want to
Yes.
be contacted when he was out of town, and that's what people would get, right?
Yes.
The birthday party that's been mentioned for your dad, it was his 70th birthday.
It was.
And although I don't think it ended up being a surprise, your mom was trying to plan a party for him where he knew his children and grandchildren would be there, but she was trying to surprise him with the friends.
That's right.
Okay. And you might have helped her with some of those preparations.
I think so.
And she planned it for several months, right?
Yes.
And I think one of the things that you got involved with was a caterer that was going to be used to cook paella. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it at the party.
It's pronounced paella. I think I remember on the night of, I speak Spanish, so I spoke with him in Spanish because I don't think he spoke much English.
And mommy, your mother didn't speak Spanish, right?
No.
Okay. But you weren't actually making the order and buying it, correct?
No, I didn't pay for anything.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm sorry. It's still Adelson, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Adelson, I'm going to approach and show you what's been marked just for identification purposes as defense 49J, and ask you to look at that and tell me if you've ever seen that before.
I have seen this before.
Okay, and that's an email that your father sent to you regarding the appointment that he had made for the TV to be repaired, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And on the front page, you can see where he's forwarding it to you, and it says, "Love, Dad," right?
Yes.
And then he tells you when the appointment's going to be, Friday the 18th between 8 and 12, right?
Yes.
And then when you flip, well, now stay on the first page. Do you see down almost 2/3 of the way down where it has the order information and
I
the order
heard that,
creation
Zelda.
date?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that date was what?
The order creation date is July 11th, 2014.
Okay. And on the next page, where the problem description is, it says that Harvey called in, stated that the 55-inch TV had some problems, right?
Yes.
Go to the next page. It repeats about the complaint that your father had about what was wrong with the TV, right?
Yes.
If you scroll down, there are some questions under date submitted, right?
Yes.
Whether the TV is wall mounted,
Yes.
what the size of the TV is.
Yes.
If it's mounted over 6 feet high,
Yes.
if the height of the ceiling.
Yes.
Is it eligible for a loaner?
Yes.
Was it installed by the Geek Squad?
Yes.
Is the product that we're going to service in a place of business?
So I'm saying yes that I see these questions, but the answer to that question is no.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. That's what I was going to point out. So your
Okay.
dad said no to that one, correct?
Right.
Is the product that we are going to service in a place of business? And your dad answered no, correct?
He answered no.
And the next one says what?
Would you be willing to accept a sooner appointment if one became available? And the answer to that one is yes.
Thank you. May I approach? Ms. Adelson, you testified on direct when asked some questions about the name change of your children. You recall those questions?
Yes.
Okay, and I think your testimony was that you officially changed your children's last names a year and a half? What did you say?
I legally changed them a year after Danny's death.
Okay. But after he passed away and you went to Miami, it was time for your oldest child to be enrolled in kindergarten, right?
Yes.
And so what were the ages of the children when Danny was murdered?
They were almost 5 and 3.5.
Okay. And so the 5-year-old was going into kindergarten.
Yes.
And where was the other child going to be? Was he being put in a preschool program?
It was a preschool program.
Okay. And so you went and registered them at the school, correct?
Yes.
And the official registration said Markel for the children's last names, correct?
I believe so.
But because you were going to socially refer to them as Adelson, that's what you asked the school to do as well, right?
Yes.
And so when you went into orientation for the oldest child, I'm trying not to say the name, when you went into orientation for the oldest child for kindergarten, and they had his little nameplate there where he was going to sit at his desk, it said last name Adelson, right?
I honestly don't remember him having a last name on. I remember his first name being there, but I don't remember. I thought they put the first names for the kindergartners.
But you asked the school to refer to him by the last name Adelson.
I did. I
Okay.
did.
And so there was an exhibit that was shown to you where your mother had registered him for an after-school flag football, right?
Right.
And so because the school's knowing his name, that he's being referred to as Adelson, that's why she did that, correct?
Correct.
And the youngest one, where was he going to go? Or where did he go?
He was at a preschool, a private preschool, because he was too young to go to the preschool at the public elementary school.
Okay. And whether it was your mother or your father who wrote the email about signing up and grandpa's coming with him to, I'm sorry, I'm not Jewish. I didn't understand what that was.
It's okay. Tot Shabbat would have been, like a Sabbath
Okay.
activity where the grandparents would come and sing songs and
Okay.
something like that.
And so the younger one's also being known as last name Adelson,
Yes.
because socially that's what you wanted them to go forward with.
I thought it would make them safer.
Okay. There was some questions of you on direct about potentially purchasing a home after the divorce was final in 2013. You recall those questions?
I do.
And it was suggested that Charlie convinced you not to do that, right?
That was what was suggested.
But in fact, the reason I think you stated was because you hadn't gotten your settlement yet from Mr. Markel.
Right. I didn't have the money to purchase a home.
And so even though you had been interested in it, you had to notify your realtor that.
It wasn't possible at that time.
Okay. And in the emails that the state introduced and discussed with you, where your mother is making lots of suggestions, mostly after relocation was denied, of things that you could do, like tell Danny you're going to raise them as Catholics, you're going to have them baptized as Catholics, all of those suggestions she was making, correct?
Yes.
She wasn't actually suggesting you do it. She was wanting you to use that as a means of negotiating with Danny, right?
That's my understanding.
That if he thought maybe you were going to do these things, he would reconsider the issue of relocation, correct?
Correct.
Relocation, you're non-negotiable. Remember that. So crazy.
Testified that your mother hated Danny at the time that he was killed. Do you remember saying that?
I believe I said that.
But the week before he died, your mother was babysitting for Danny, wasn't she?
Yes.
And nothing but pleasantries between the two of them.
That's right.
And
I
in
mean,
fact, she actually made him banana bread specifically the way he liked it, right?
It was his favorite.
Without nuts, but with chocolate chips.
That's right.
But you think she hated him?
I think she was mad at him.
Mad at him. There's a difference between being mad at someone and hating them, isn't there?
There is.
I think you testified that, and there may have been an email that suggested it, that you would have never left Danny if not for your mom and maybe brother's suggestions. Did you say that?
I don't think that was exactly right. I think it was, I probably wouldn't have left. Kind of suggesting that maybe I would have wanted to, but wouldn't have had the strength or wherewithal to leave on my own.
Okay, isn't it true that each year, maybe not every year, but many years, yourself and Danny would, when you finished the school session here at FSU College of Law, you would go down to Coral Springs or Miami, whichever they were at, and you would spend almost 2 weeks with your parents, right?
Yes.
And that would be yourself and Danny when it was just you, right?
Yes.
And then after you had the children, all of you went down there, correct?
Yes.
Well, in fact, what really happened was in the summer of 2012, when you decided that you were going to leave Danny, Danny was down there with you, correct?
Yes.
And the children were there too.
Yes.
And they were young. How old were they?
In 2012, they would have been 2 and 3.
Okay. And Danny was there, and you actually asked your mom if she'd go out to coffee with you. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
And you told her then that you were going to leave Danny and get a divorce, didn't you?
That sounds right, but I don't remember that.
Okay. And in fact, she suggested counseling to you, and you told her you guys had already been in counseling and it didn't work. Isn't that right?
We had been in counseling and it hadn't worked, but again, this sounds like something that could have happened, but I just don't remember the coffee.
I don't think the coffee's important, Wendy. I don't think that was the point.
There was also questions of you, several questions about your interview with law enforcement the day that Danny was shot. You recall those questions from the state?
I do recall the questions.
And they were pointing out things that you had said about your family, your parents, Charlie. You remember those questions?
I do.
Isn't it true that when you were interviewed by law enforcement, what you said initially was that Danny's parents were going to think that you're the one who did it, right?
I did say that.
wanted to talk about the relocation a little bit. So you have a relocation hearing on June the 18th. Does that sound right?
2013?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. And leading up to that hearing, you notified your mother by email that because she was going to be testifying in court, she would need to wait outside that hearing, correct?
I don't remember that, but that if she was supposed to be a witness, then she couldn't be present for the hearing.
May I approach, Your Honor? I'm going to show you, oh my goodness, I can't read that. I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification purposes, Defense Exhibit 49B. You can just read that for me, please, to yourself.
Do you want me to read to the end?
No, ma'am, I'm just
Oh.
looking for where you told your mother, get you to agree that you said to her, because you are testifying in court, Mom, you won't be able to sit in on the hearing with me. Is that what
Yes.
you said?
Yes,
Okay.
but I can have Dad there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come and get it from you.
Okay.
And while all this is going on, I was wondering, does she know what's about to happen?
Sometime in April of 2013, so that would be not long before your divorce was final. You took a trip. I don't know if you were speaking there or someone else was, but you took a trip out of town with a gentleman named Miguel. Do you recall that?
I don't recall the trip, but I was seeing Miguel at the time.
You do recall the trip?
Well, I was seeing Miguel at the time, but I don't know what the trip was in April of 2013. I don't remember that. Can you tell me where we went?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get that. for you.
Okay. Clinical Law Professor Conference. There's one every year, and that year it was in Puerto Rico.
Okay. And did you speak at that, or you were there to get credit hours or something? of that
No,
nature?
I spoke.
May I approach, Your Honor? I'm going to now show you what's been marked for identification purposes as Defendant's Exhibit 1E. And it's dated April the 28th of 2013 and addressed Dear Renee. You don't need to read it all, but would you familiarize yourself with your communication there, please?
Okay, I've read a little bit. Do you want me to?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I'll point out any sections that I wanted to discuss with you. Would you agree that you wrote this on April the 28th of 2013?
Yes, it looks like I dated it.
Okay, and that's to Renee.
Yes.
And you're coming back from your trip to Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And while you were on this trip, your parents were taking care of the boys, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And on the first page down towards the bottom, you have some bullet points about what you would like to do to resolve your divorce, correct?
Well, I think it was not just about my divorce. It was kind of about how I wanted to be living my life overall.
Yeah, I was trying not to get into the personal information, but that's right. This entire email is really about changes you want to make in your life, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the last bullet point down at the bottom, it says, I've been coming to a place in the last few months where I have realized that I want to keep my job. It allows me the maximum amount of flexibility to spend with my kids while allowing the freedom for intellectual exploration, one-on-one mentoring with students, and meaningful work in the community. I don't care that Gibbers told my colleagues that I stole from him and that I am mentally ill. Nasty things are said in divorce, and people know that, right?
Yes.
Tallahassee isn't ever where I wanted to live, but it's where the job is. And it's where my boy's father is, which means they don't have to constantly be flying on planes or driving in cars to accomplish our custody situation, right?
Yes.
So you have the pending petition and motion for relocation, but as of April the 28th, you're starting to think maybe staying in Tallahassee is the right thing to do, correct?
Yes.
And then this goes on. Third page is now you're writing on May the 2nd of 2013, correct?
Yes.
Little different subject, but if you go to the next to the last page of that exhibit, see where it starts, wait, it's me again?
Yes.
Okay. The paragraph after that, I wanted to ask you about this. It says, on Sunday morning, we're supposed to sit on the same stage. You're referring to Mr. Markell, correct?
Yes.
In full regalia and clap for the graduating law students. I love graduation, and the Gibbs has never attended because it's normally on a Saturday morning and he is at synagogue. Correct?
Yes.
And then you say it's on Sunday this year and I have the boys and the dean wants all faculty to attend. So I need to, it's only 2 hours and my mom can watch the boys during that time. Correct?
Yes.
So it was fairly routine then for you to get your mother or both parents' assistance when you had somewhere that you needed to be and someone needed to take care of the children, correct?
Yes.
I can't make out if she knows it's coming. She seems like she's thinking, right? Like she's trying to decide, how am I going to react to this?
Sorry, Judge, I have so many papers up here.
I don't doubt for a minute this delay. I think Fulford is doing it on purpose.
May I approach? I'm going to exchange with you, Ms. Adelson. I'll take that one back and then show you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit 1G for identification purposes. Could you review that to yourself, please?
water in your trunk? You have a case of water in your trunk? Yeah, I'm just doing a YouTube video. Woo, she's taking a long time.
I'm not sure if this was to Renee or not. Yeah, you mentioned Renee. So this is on June the 4th of 2013, correct?
Yes.
And we're approaching the hearing date on the relocation motion, which is set for June the 18th, right?
Yes.
And in here, you're expressing some concerns over what you've been through in the divorce. But you said, and I think the state referred to this, that Mr. Markell had sent you a long message about how you could be doing all of the divorce stuff so differently in the spirit of love and joy, where we get together and talk about our vision for the boys and for our future. And I won't say what you said after that, but at this point, you're kind of agreeing with him. You want to do it peacefully, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you talk about the one alternative.
And I think she said 2 weeks before the hearing, right? All this has happened in 2 weeks before they actually get in front of the judge and the decision is made. They're having a hearing.
Is you could call Gary. Now, Gary is the gentleman who was kind of offering you a position in Miami, right?
Gary was a partner at the law firm where a position was offered to me.
Okay. And your plan was to have him come and testify at the relocation hearing about the job that he would be giving you if you relocated there, correct?
Yes.
And you had other people who were going to testify there as well on your behalf, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so you say one alternative is you call Gary and say, I've changed my mind. I don't think it's best for my kids to move them to South Florida. I appreciate you saving the job for me, but I'm not going to come to South Florida, correct?
Yes.
And then you call your brother and say, I love you, Charlie, but I'm going to stay in Tallahassee. I know you don't agree with my decision, but that's what's best for me and the kids right now. I hope one day you'll understand. That was something else you were considering, correct?
Right.
And then call your parents and say basically the same thing. And if they wanted to come up anytime and visit you and the boys in Tallahassee, they were free to do so, right?
Yes.
But that's like they've always been doing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you think if you take relocation off the table, that it will give you an opportunity to discuss things with Mr. Markell and hopefully work them out, right?
Yes.
On the next page, you talk about what the alternative vision is, and that's what you currently have planned, which is to have Gary fly up to testify at the hearing, right?
Yes.
Your mom would testify, right?
Yes.
They would fly up and spend days with you, correct?
Yes.
You expected at that time the hearing would last 1 to 2 days, right?
Yes.
And you were concerned that you would go through all of that, spending more money, being more stressed. And then you say, for the chance to save face with my family and to be given an opportunity I don't actually want, to live with them in South Florida. That's what you said, right?
Well, I say an opportunity I don't actually want with all of my heart, but maybe part of it
Okay.
to live with them in South Florida.
All right. And then you say, so I am willing to put myself through all of this just to keep up appearances with my parents and brother that I want to be living down in South Florida or down south with them, even though I don't want to. That's what you said, right?
I say, even though I don't want to give up my current flexible job where I get to spend maximum time with my kids so I can be with them.
Okay. And that was June the 4th.
Wendi wanted to stay in Tallahassee. She did not want to go and live with her parents in Miami or South Florida. This is crazy. Now, again, this doesn't let Donna off the hook. She's still guilty, but it completely changes Wendi. Now, listen to this. It's so crazy.
4th of 2013, right?
Yes.
And what you end up choosing was the second alternative, correct?
I went through with the hearing.
Okay. And I think, let me find it.
She's looking up. And remember, when they went to the hearing, she told her mother to stay out of the courtroom. She said, Dad can join us. He can come into the courtroom, but Mom has to stay out in the hallway until they call her for her part of this. Remember that. So conniving, so manipulative.
May I approach, Your Honor? I'm going to show you what's already been introduced into evidence as State's Exhibit 60. Let's see if I can figure out their lettering system. That would be Y. I'm going to take this and let you take this book.
Okay.
And if you would review that pleading or this order that the court entered, please.
Okay.
Have you had an opportunity to review that?
Yes.
So you went into this hearing and Gary ended up coming, correct?
He did.
And he testified, right?
Yes.
And you gave some testimony, correct?
Yes.
And what happened was the judge kind of called a timeout, right?
I don't remember a timeout.
At some point, she wanted to speak to counsel. Is that right?
I'm sorry. I don't remember that part of her speaking to counsel.
Do you remember the judge making some comments about the children hadn't been harmed and since he hadn't pulled out their toenails?
I do remember the toenail comment. Yes.
So she wasn't leaning towards relocation, correct?
No.
Okay. So even though you had other witnesses, you didn't proceed with the hearing, right?
Well, I think we had the hearing and the judge did.
Right?
Watch your eyelashes.
You had other witnesses, you didn't proceed with the hearing, right?
Well, I think we had the hearing and the judge
gig is
decided.
up, girl.
You didn't call all your witnesses, did you?
No, she did
I
not.
don't remember.
If you look at the order,
Wow.
it says order on wife's petition to relocate with the minor children. And then it says what the court orders and adjudges. The court does not find that the wife has met her burden of proof that a relocation is in the best interest of the minor children. You see that?
Yes, number one.
Yes. And your mother actually stayed outside for the testimony of that hearing with your dad,
told
correct?
her to.
I don't remember, but I remember asking her to stay outside if she was going to testify.
Okay. And you came outside at some point and told your parents that relocation was denied, correct?
Correct.
You told the court today that it was denied.
And it's after this hearing, when relocation is denied, that those truly ugly emails that your mother wrote were written by her, correct?
Yes.
May I approach?
About dressing the kids
Actually,
up as
if you keep
baby
that for a second.
Nazis
Okay.
and all that. Boy, if her two sons are watching this, I don't know
Once
how you-
the final judgment was entered, the issue of relocation was over, right?
Yes.
Relocation from July 31st of 2013 until the time that Mr. Markell was murdered was never an issue again, was it?
It was never an issue from the day it was decided on July 31st, 2013.
Lies.
That's when it ended.
Certainly after the final judgment, correct?
Yes.
And that's the end of the discussion about relocation, right?
Yes.
You're a liar, Wendy.
No more
You got
plans
caught.
about how to get relocation, the issue's decided, correct?
It was decided.
coming, Wendy. Look at your attorney. Hold your nose up in the air. Maybe it'll make it feel
Ms.
better.
Adelson, if you look at that order that's entered by the court, besides saying it's denied, it says something pretty important, and I think the state pointed this out in its opening. It
Yep.
says that this denial is with prejudice
Yes, ma'am.
of the wife's petition for request to relocate with the minor children. And you're a lawyer, so you know that with prejudice means this is done. This topic in this divorce is over.
Yes, with prejudice means it's a final decision of the court.
But what it
Thank
says right
you.
before that is, as such, the parties stipulate to the denial with prejudice of the wife's petition. You see that?
Yes, I do.
So what happened is as after the judge says, if their toenails haven't been pulled out, I'm not thinking relocation, you actually stipulated to denial with prejudice, right?
Yes.
You did not tell your parents that you stipulated to denial with prejudice, did you?
It means
I
she
don't
agreed
remember
with it.
any conversation there, really.
So not knowing that it was denied with prejudice, your mother thought you still had an opportunity to get it up through your final hearing, right?
I believe so.
And so she kept writing these ugly things and giving you all of these ugly suggestions, right?
She did write those emails.
If you had told her you stipulated with prejudice, that's probably not what you wanted, Mom, but that would have been the end of it, right?
I don't know. I would just be
Of
guessing.
course.
May I approach?
Girl, you are a conniver. Woo, manipulate.
Well, if you'd just be guessing, after she thought it was finally over on July the 31st, there were no more emails suggesting you do things like she suggested between the hearing date on June the 20th and the final hearing on July the 31st, did she?
Can you help me? What is the question?
So
that-
sure.
Now
So your
we're gonna
mother
play
doesn't
dumb.
know when you get out of the hearing on June the 20th that you've stipulated that this is a forever decision. So she writes these ugly emails, right?
She may not have understood that it was a final decision of the court.
You didn't
It was a
tell
decision
her.
of the court because you stipulated to it, Ms. Adelson, didn't you?
I did stipulate to
And
it.
she didn't know it. She thought you had up until the final hearing. So she's marching along, trying to come up with more suggestions of how you can pressure Danny and get him to agree for you to relocate, even though you know it's dead, right?
I knew that it was a final decision.
And after July the 31st, when she thought it was a final decision, she wrote no more emails suggesting you do these crazy things to still try and get relocation, did she?
I don't remember the dates of the email, but
And you
I'm guessing
testified
no.
when you got up, when the state was asking you questions, after you said your mother hated Danny at the time that he was killed, which you've clarified now that she was mad at him, not that she hated him. You testified you hated him at the time he was killed, right?
I don't remember testifying to that.
Well, then we'll need to take a break, Judge. May
Do you have
we
any
approach?
questions for the witness?
I do. May we approach?
Please approach.
It's incredible that she went into court. Well,
Adelson,
Put it out.
isn't it true that before getting married to Mr. Markell in, was it 2006?
2006, we got married.
Isn't it true that you've stated that you knew on your fancy wedding day, when you were all dolled up and feeling like you were an actor in someone else's show, you knew it on your honeymoon when you were enjoying the vacation but not thrilled to be there with him? You said, "I'm not sure I liked him, let alone loved him, but I was eager to start a life with someone and he wanted to do it with me." Recall saying that?
like I said, this doesn't do anything in terms of removing suspicion of Donna. But what does it say about this woman on the stand? She's reading Jackie Fulford right here. She's reading exactly what Wendi put in her own memoirs about her wedding day, about her honeymoon. She's saying in her own writings, I don't even love Dan Markell. I don't love him. I don't even know if I even want to be here with him. We're in paradise and I don't really much care about that. But at least I'm married. At least I'm married to a guy that makes tons of money and is going to give me a great life. She told her mother at the divorce hearing, the relocation hearing, which was 2 weeks before the actual divorce was granted. She says to her mom, you stay out here. Me and dad are going to go into the relocation hearing. There were people that came up and verified for her. She didn't even call all of her witnesses. She stipulated, she agreed, she said, I don't really want to leave. I'm happy here in Tallahassee. I can do my job. I only work a little bit, and that gives me more time and flexibility with my own children. It gives me an opportunity to continue building my brand and doing the things that I want to do. I've built up friendships here. I'm going to get me, a house. This is where I've decided I want to be. I don't even want to fight for this anymore. I don't want to go live with my mom and dad down in South Florida. I'm just going to stay here. And she walks into that relocation hearing and she says to the judge, I don't want this anymore. I don't even want to revisit this. Danny is reaching out saying, let's talk nice. Our conversations need to be about how to raise our boys in the healthiest way possible. That's what I want. We're going to work through this and become good co-parents. And I just want to leave all this behind. And the judge says, okay, so this is it. No more revisiting relocation. This is a settled issue. You and Dan are in agreement. This day, you don't want relocation. He's good with that. And she said, that's right. The day they're there, Donna's out in the hallway waiting, thinking she's going to be, questioned. No, I don't want this. She agreed to it. And then she walks out of there and keeps her mom going. Does not tell her mother the truth. Mom, I don't want to move. Mom, I'm going to stay. Me and Dan, we're going to work this through and become good co-parents. I like my job. I have lots of freedom to do the things I want to do. I'm not coming to South Florida. She's not telling Donna any of that. She's sitting back and letting Donna send these emails that are schizophrenic in nature, nuts. How can you be an old Jewish woman saying, dress your children up like, Nazi youth? No, Donna was she was trying to empower Wendi to fight for what she wanted. But Wendi was totally lying to her mom. She lied to her mom. She lied to Charlie. Every time she turned around, she was lying. She's still lying up on that witness stand, even when her immunity is on the line. If she tells a lie in court on the witness stand, the immunity deal is out the damn window. Out the window. So what was she doing? Why is she sitting back with her mouth zipped, allowing Donna to stew and fight? And remember, Danny contacts Donna and says, hey, will you keep the kids for me? I'm in a bit of a pickle. And she's like, fine, yeah, no problem. So how much of this that happened was actually orchestrated by Wendi? That Donna was doing what she had always done, which was to facilitate her kids doing these things that she thought her kids ought to do. But as soon as the divorce was granted and relocation was off the table, officially, the divorce is granted. As soon as that happened, there were no more crazy emails from Donna. She, in fact, she and Harvey had gotten an apartment in Tallahassee so they could continue being in the lives of the boys. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. So, let's see. Hold on, I'm fighting some. Here we go. Okay, so there were 3 things to come out of this. One is the number of times that Katie and Wendi met, right? There's a big discrepancy that she admitted today, well, on this day, this testimony day, she admitted that the day that they took the photograph of the beach pictures, that was not the same day that she was with Charlie, the hot tub, and it was not the same day that they were at the restaurant. All right, so 3 of those. Big remaining story. We still don't have the truth from Wendi about Katie Magbanoa and her friendship with Wendi. But don't you think, let's think about this. Don't you think the fact that she meets Katie for just a few minutes at Charlie's house, and then months later, they're all laying out on the beach, catching rays and drinking together. Months later, you don't think there's a story there? Very, very strange. That's number one. The second thing that is so interesting is that she stipulated to no relocation. She agreed to no relocation, and there was communication. She didn't really even want to move to South Florida. There were a lot of positives about staying in Tallahassee. And then she actually went into the courtroom, said, I don't want any relocation, did not allow her mom to come into the hearing, which really suggests that it was true manipulation, doesn't that it was calculated. So what was she doing? What was she trying to achieve? It's very curious. The third thing that was really, really interesting about the cross-examination of Wendi Adelson is she said that she was told in the cop car, they came and got her at the restaurant and drove her to the police station. And she said that, that the cop told her that Danny had been shot. Is that true? We watched her police interrogation the day before she testified. Did she know? Was she told that Danny had been shot while she was in the cop car? Is that true? No, it is not true. She was told in the police station with the camera rolling. The first indication that she got of anything happening was a text message from her friend who was a realtor. That was the first moment she found out. Then she says, the cop, my friend says there's been a shooting on Trescott, not even at Danny's house, just on Trescott. The cop said, Danny has been shot and he may not live. And that is when she reacted and panicked. She's got a lot of problems coming. She's got big, big trouble. All right. What'd you guys think? So interesting. You know what? I'm really, really hoping that he comes in ready to just spill the beans on her. Just tell the whole thing. I despise people who waste your time, unload all of their emotional garbage onto you, and then walk away saying, oh, I feel better. I'll be fine. It's crazy what Wendi did. It's crazy. Wendi is all guilty. She got all the money because she knew the plan was in motion. Money and freedom from everyone. Well, I got to say this. Her friend, lover, fiance, whatever he is, George is his name. George should be watching this. George should be really doing some soul searching after this information that she stipulated to no relocation, didn't even want to move to South Florida, but allowed Donna to continue to just melt down. And presumably we could say allow Donna and Charlie to do the dirty deed, right? But still, I don't know how anyone can ignore the beach photographs with Katie Magnolia and Wendi. I don't know how you ignore it. I just don't. She kept asking, is he going to make it? Yeah, it's crazy. Yep, something. Did you watch Wendi's ex testimony today? He was totally being framed. Good thing he changed his plans. You know what came out today, T, please, with Jeff Lacasse? He actually felt like both trips from South Florida up to Tallahassee, that both trips he was being framed. Both trips he was supposed to be leaving town that day. Both trips they rented cars that looked like his car. Yep, sure did. No attorney forgets what with prejudice means. Yeah, this was brutal today in terms of, or yesterday. This is brutal in terms of revealing the true Wendi. Oh, totally, Pussycat. Absolutely agree. Yes, gonna be bad or really good, however you want to describe it. All right, so that what I thought that was actually that was a shocking day for me in court. That was very interesting. A lot of new information that we had not heard before with Wendi. I think too, here's the other part of it. After seeing it, listening to the facts and how they unfolded, I don't think that Georgia Cappleman is even considering letting Wendi off the hook, right? How could you? How could you let her off the hook when you learn things like that? You know, Georgia Cappleman, you know, they already knew about that, right? It's crazy, really crazy. Mr. Big Bucks George, wake up. He needs to wake up. This chick that was unbelievable that she hid the truth from her mom about the relocation efforts, but allowed her mom to continue to just stew and fume and boil, and it's bad. It's really bad. All right, everybody, I will let you guys go. Oh yeah, and in that photograph, the photograph with Katie Magnolia and Wendi, it's not like this kind of rigid, formal, you know, oh, we're here together. It's chummy. It's really chummy. Like she's almost leaned over onto Katie, you know? It's really something. Yeah, Georgia laid a solid foundation concerning Wendi. And DB, I definitely think that Georgia and Sarah are holding back some kind of evidence, some kind of situation that they have not allowed to creep into any of the other trials. I think they're intentionally holding something big back just for Wendy's trial, just for her. Yeah. So yesterday was really, really interesting. It was a lot of new information, things we hadn't heard before. I didn't really have that today. I didn't really hear much that was different than what we already knew. Did y'all think so? Was there anything new today? I didn't hear anything that perked my ears up at all. Not today. Yeah, I didn't hear anything, but boy, that Wendy's testimony, she did not have a good day. She did not. So, all right. You guys have a wonderful evening. I am so glad that they arrested, or not just arrested the Harrows, but that he's now, they've both now been officially charged with murder for baby Emmanuel. So, yeah, it was really, really good. And I hope that you guys are going to have a great evening. And I think the next time I talk to you will be from Orlando. So, mouse ears. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye.
So submit to Donna, the queen of control. My plan is locked tight, that's how I roll. From the grandkids to Wendi, to the mafia crown. Donna Adelson's the baddest in that Miami town. Donna Adelson's the baddest in that Miami town.
Please hit the thumbs up before you leave and hit the subscribe button.
You'll catch a chill.